Hi, in this video I'd like to show you some details around the toolbox controls that are associated with the Droplet Admin Panel Design Canvas. You get to the Design Canvas from the Design tab, and there's a couple different ways to get there. You can create a new droplet and create a new design, and that will show up in your template library. Or you can just go through Templates and down in the bottom right create a new template, and that brings up the design canvas. So we're just going to work with a blank canvas right now and talk about the controls in the toolbox, which are on the right hand side. We're just going to go through a few of these. So probably the most basic control that you can drag over is a label, and a label is basically a set of text that you want to display to your user. So you edit with the wand and delete the control with the red dash. So if you just delete it, the control goes away, and again you can drag and drop those controls onto the canvas. So let's go ahead and edit this text box. So you'll see it says click the wand at the right. That simply is the text that shows up, and we're going to say here is a new label for the text. Now from this we have some controls around what we can do with this. We can turn it into, for instance, a hyperlink if we want to hyperlink that label, or we can center that label within the form, or we can change it to a bold font. We can change the font family and the font size as well as the font color. But let's go ahead and just change the size for right now, and we're going to make it here is a new label, and let's go ahead and change the font color at the same time so you can just see all of the controls. We're going to turn this red. So now there's your label. We're going to click update, and now here is a new label on your form. So that's the label control. The image control allows you to bring in images from your image library, and because we're in a form model, these stack. So what you'll want to do is drag your image on and then stretch your image out to whatever the size of the image is that you want to bring in. Because we're stacking in the form, it makes it a little bit awkward after the fact. And then we're going to edit that image to bring up our image library. So in our image library we have an image that is a happy customer, and we're going to put the happy customer, we're going to select that image, and now the happy customer is there. And then we can do some scaling on it to make it kind of more correct and move it around within the context of itself there. So there's an example of how to bring an image onto the form. We can also bring video onto the form, and when we bring video on the form and edit that video, we can, for instance, search YouTube for those videos. So let's search for Clever Rain. And there's a lot of different videos here for Clever Rain, but none of the ones that we're really looking at. So let's go ahead and look at Droplet and see what we can find for Droplet videos. And here's an interesting how to photograph a droplet. And this is the video that we would choose, and we'll go ahead and save that video. And we can move this a little bit larger to stretch out and have the whole video within the frame. We also have controls for email addresses. These are preset, so it will check to make sure that's a valid email address, phone numbers, and a multi-line text box. Now a multi-line text box might be something that you would use for a comment. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to say, please enter a comment. And we'll go ahead and update that. You'll see now, please enter a comment, and we can make that a larger field for people to enter data into. And lastly, if you wanted to add checkboxes into your form, you can do that as well, along with radio buttons. So this was just a quick overview of being able to add new controls and configure controls within your canvas. You can always delete those controls, so let's go ahead and delete one of these controls. And interestingly enough, you can move the controls and stack them. Because they are in a vertical drag and drop, you can drag controls around once you have them on your form. Thank you very much.